guys, how's it going? I'm Cindy from PhoneDoc.com, and this is the Samsung Intensity 2. It's a messaging phone from Verizon. I've been testing it for about a week now, and I'm going to say, just to summarize, that it's a great messaging phone. It's a great phone for someone who just sends a lot of text messages and doesn't need a lot of other features like web browsing or other multimedia features like that. It does have a camera and a headphone jack, but it's only a 1.3 megapixel camera and a 2.5 millimeter headphone jack. So you can kind of see, basically what the phone is made for. It's made primarily for text messaging, and as a messaging phone, it's great, but that's pretty much all you're going to be able to use it for, which isn't bad. I mean, if that's all you need, then the Samsung Intensity 2 is perfect. So I'm going to do a full review for you guys, and I'll show you basically, the pros and the cons of the phone. In the end, you guys can decide if this is the phone for you. So it's the Samsung Intensity 2 from Verizon. I'm Sydney from PhoneDoc.com. Let's go check it out. Okay, so this is the Samsung Intensity 2. Again, like I said, it's just a basic messaging phone from Verizon. So the biggest feature about it is obviously the physical keyboard here. And, I'll just start off with messaging since this is the major feature. You'll notice the keyboard is a keyboard that we've been seeing a lot on Samsungs lately, which is nice because I do like the style of keyboard. The keys are very tactile and they have a nice grip to them, so it's easy to type messages. A lot of times the problem I have with some keyboards is that my fingers would be sliding all over the keys because they're too slippery. But this one is definitely not a problem. The keys definitely have a good texture to them to where it's easy to type on. The only problem I have with this keyboard is that you'll see the space bar is in a row with the letters, and so in between the V and the B here. So that can be a little jarring, just a little bit difficult to get used to. I'll go over to the messaging interface and then we'll type a message. You can see the screen here works in landscape mode as well as portrait mode. And this is just a basic LCD TFT screen. It has a resolution of 240 by 300, and so nothing special there, but we'll go to messaging, and then it does have threaded text messaging, and so you'll see the different speech bubbles. Pretty nice. So let me go back and I'll start a new message. Text message. Okay. And then you can use the T9 and keypad if you want to, but we'll go over here. So I'll just type a message here and see the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So, you can see you can type pretty fast on it. I did have one error there. I caught myself when I did it. But, you can type pretty fast on it, and I've kind of gotten used to this. But just, because of the placement of the space bar, everything else is kind of offset to the left, except for these keys, which are kind of offset to the right. And so it's just a little bit difficult to get used to because it is going to be set over to the left a little bit more. This is, of course, being extremely picky about, just a basic standard keyboard, but it is something to keep in mind because there are keyboards available that don't have the spacebar in between the V and the B. Most notably, a new phone that just came out is the Samsung Flight 2, and of course this isn't a dogfight, but you'll see this keyboard, you have the spacebar on its own row. And so, it is something that you don't have to deal with, and so it's something that is worth mentioning. But other than that, the keyboard is nice. It does have, its own period key. I wish that, question mark, and then, other keys like the comma key. I think that's the comma key. I wish that these had their own dedicated keys because, I tend to use comma and question mark a lot, and so having to press function and then find the key that it goes to is sometimes irritating, but I think that overall it's a fine keyboard for just a basic messaging phone, but that may be something that bothers you enough to where you wouldn't want to get it. But anyway, and then you'll see the navigational arrows there, shift key for also as a text messaging shortcut button. And so going back to messaging, you'll notice again, like I said, it does have threaded text messaging. So that's pretty nice to have. There's a messaging shortcut on the home screen. You can use the soft key to get to it. So, you know, basically, like I said, in terms of messaging, it's a great fun. And then when you do have it in landscape mode, you have these two soft keys to function just the same as these soft keys too. Going back to the menu, a couple other things about the phone is that there are a bunch of customization features, also display themes. So I have it on Pond, but say we went to Planet. Kind of gives it a darker feel. I don't know if you can see the design in the background. And you can also change the fonts, the dialing font, messaging font, and then the menu fonts. And so, you know, as far as customization goes, if it's going to be a teenager or a young kid with this phone, I think it's something that, you know, would definitely be fun for them. They can kind of make it their own. So moving right along to the camera. It does, like I said, have a 1.3 megapixel camera. There's a camera shortcut button right here, which is very cool. Right above that, you'll see the micro SD card slot. It is expandable up to 32 gigs. Memory is expandable up to 32 gigs with the card. So that's definitely cool to have. But anyway, we'll go to the camera and... Okay, so here are two pictures that I took as test pictures. And you can see... Let me see if I can expand this. Full view. Okay, so you can see it's not too bad. The sun was shining on it, and so it's a pretty good picture. Again, you can see the perspective, and so it takes decent shots. And I think that for being just a basic messaging phone, and probably what you're going to use these pictures for are just to send them via text message. And so for that purpose, I think the camera is good enough, and it's definitely nice to have those other features for changing the white balance or having a self-timer if you use that. It does have a 1000 milliamp hour battery, and so the battery was actually not bad. On standby it lasted about 6 days, and so which is good. Even 5 days, which is standard for feature phones, I've noticed, is pretty good for a battery, but for it to last 6 days, almost 7, was pretty good. And then with heavy use, I got about 2 days out of it. The phone feels pretty solid in the hand. It weighs about 4 ounces, and it doesn't feel hollow. It feels like a good, sturdy phone, like it's not going to break, too easily. So there it is, guys. It's a Samsung Intensity 2 from Verizon. I said in the unboxing video that it's only available in one color, but it's actually available in a couple of different colors, and so this is the blue, obviously. But you can go check it out at your Verizon store and see what you think about it. In the meantime, go check out PhoneDog.com for more news, updates, and reviews. Also check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/PhoneDog. If you have any questions about the Intensity 2 or any other phones, upcoming I'm going to have the Flight 2 review. We're going to have a dogfight with the LG View Plus. If you have any other questions, you can follow me on Twitter and ask me a question. My account or my screen name is It's My Job to Know. So feel free to ask me any questions. But anyway, thanks so much, guys, for watching Samsung Intensity 2 from Verizon. I'm Cindy from PhoneDog.com, and I'll see you guys later.